Beast offense, offensive line alignments. Yeah, this is another video on the offensive line and blocking since this is so important in the Beast offense. This is Coach Parker with CoachParker.org, BeastOffense.com. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. But we're going to really get into the nitty gritty details. This is one more video in this Beast Offense clinic series that I've been doing. You can look for Beast in the thumbnails. But today, here we got, let's see, we've got the base alignments right here. For me, the base alignment, especially in Beast Tight, Yale, or Beast Wide, we're in an unbalanced, or what I call big alignment. And you can see that right here. We're in a Beast left. And so you've got your strong side, big side over here. You've got your night guard or power guard, tackle, power tackle, and one of your ends, XY, whichever one's the better blocking back for you. The gaps are 0 to 3 inches, and then here it is in a right. And big is imbalanced, strong is the night guard, power tackle, and my blocking tight end. So that's how we have that. I just wanted to show you, I know there's a lot of guys out there that are kind of also using the Beast and writing playbooks. Here's one of my plays for base plays. You can see how detailed it is for the base stuff. So just wanted to show that in case you didn't know. So let's get back to this. Yes, you can run big left, big right. You can also run it even. If your league requires you to run even, the Beast really is good in even also. I mean, I run wedges in even, counters in even, passes in even. So you've got those three big blocking backs going to the power side a lot of times. So you can easily run the Beast from big or even. It doesn't matter. So, and here it is down here. We call these three guys the power guard, night guard, power tackle, and your tight end blocker strong. That backside is called weak, and that's where you can hide some of your weaker players also. But here are the three, so you can see them right there, all in their loveliness. So that's big left, big right, and even for the Beast offensive lines. A lot of folks are always asking me, what are the splits? Pretty much foot to foot or 0 to 3 inches, kind of a fist size, a Beast claw. So I have them do a fist, put it down, and they can look at where their gap split is. But we pretty much like it, almost foot to foot. The guards, their big toe will be kind of at the ankle bone of the center. And then we try to get everybody's head even with the butt of the center and not behind that. So that's kind of our alignment up and back from that. And but gap splits are 0. It's a single wing offense. That's what we're trying to do. Helps our blocking there, and that's what we've got. Now we do have some, this is base. We do have some other calls which will allow us to get wider, and we're going to go over those now, because everything I've just talked about is kind of base for big left, right, and even. So let's head into more calls. So the more calls we have, we got nasty tight ends, sloppy tackles, wedge tackles. We've got tough, hogs, big dogs, flips, and beast tail. And these are kind of like the major O-line alignment calls that we may have to go through. So let's just talk about this now. So here's a nasty X tight end split. You can see it's about a 3 to 4 foot split here, basically big enough for one person. So we may want to widen out the D end, make a bigger hole here, but we're trying to play around probably with this D end and tackle and see what they do, maybe to give us a bigger gap here. And even though this guy has gone nasty with the tight end, the other folks are at 0 to 3 inches, the beast claw or bear claw kind of size. Okay. And then we've got this thing called sloppy tackle. And I've also got a nasty NZT is nasty, nasty Y. So the sloppy OT is we're going to do this big split here to see if we can play with this gap with some people moving around there. So we do that. And then also on the backside, especially if you want to pass or you're trying to move this D end out, that kind of works pretty well there too, especially if you go even on the pass. That's kind of like a half split out in there. So that kind of works. So there's some stuff there with the sloppy tackle and then a nasty Y tight end. We use this a ton when we wedge. We go to an even set and we go wedge tackle. So we pull those two big guys into the middle to get more mass, and then smaller guys go out. So that's kind of how that works. But that's called wedge tackles. On that has been working great, and not a lot of people see me go to even versus big in a wedge and do this. We've even switched out a center, so you can definitely do that without too much problems. Tough for T tackle tough. We're moving this power tackle around. I can move him at 8 or at 4, at 2. I can move him around with the tough call. I'm into moving people around, especially at older ages. So this one tough call can do a lot of these next calls that are down there. But tough, basically, you got two tackles. T for tough. Two tackles are going to move to basically the at called hole or wherever you want to move them to. Now, hogs is where the two tackles are going to move to a guard tackle play. So if I want hogs left and I'm in a big left, there they are, and even I can move those to the other side in a hog's right kind of thing. So you can see that there. So we're trying to move our two big boys around to maybe holes that we want to run to. So that's some way to do it. You can always go strong left or strong right too, which puts those three together. So that's something also. If we go big dogs, because big's for back door and we're moving dog hogs to the back, and you can do this with the tough at like, what is that, 4 or whatever. You could do tough at 4. But big dogs really just tells the two tackles they're going to go to the weak side because we're probably running counter that way, and we don't want to show 3. We just want to show 2, and they probably won't get just the coaches probably won't see that us doing that. Then we just have a flip call. Say we're in even left and we say flip line. They would flip. That strong side goes to the back side. And then you could flip a player. I use like a percentage because it's two like little zeros and a flip. So I'm flipping Y in the power tackle and they would flip. So those are some little things maybe that you could do or want to do, or maybe you don't, but these are some of the things we've done. And then kind of a last one is actually a formational thing, but sometimes people ask me about it. It's a beast tail. And say you're wanting to run a reverse or a counter and you're trying to get the unbalanced side, the big side, to that reverse counter play side that you want to go to, but show the beast backs on the weak side. And it's really hard to see all of this, especially if we're running toward your sideline or you're close to your sideline. So it's beast left tail here. You can see the backs are in the left, and then you've got this tail to the right here. This really works out really, really well, actually, if you pull this off, especially if you're running counters and things like that, because you've got all those big boys and strong boys over on that side of the offensive line. So that really talks about our alignments and what we're doing, uh, kind of our base stuff for the beast offensive line alignments. And just to kind of go back through, yes, you've got big left, big right, and unbalanced. You can run it in an even set like down here. You've got these calls: nasty, sloppy, wedge, tough, hogs, big dog, flip, and Beast tail, and those are all really good calls. Hey, make sure to like and subscribe if you get a chance, and head over to Coach Parker or beastoffense.com to find out more. I also have a Facebook group. There's a join now QR code you can hit. That would be great. But leave me a comment, subscribe, whatever. That helps with the algorithm. I'm not big on social media, so I need all that help you can get. Also, let's just go what's going to look like on the next video, because this we're still talking in the next video about offensive line, and we're going to really get into the blocking calls and what I do there. And so I thought I would just show you real quick. I don't really want to go too deep into it, but somebody thinks this overboard, but it's not too much because we don't use them all. So here is, in the next video, we'll go over our blocking calls. And really, I use about 6 to 8 of them overall. They're very similar. And then we've got pulling and some zone stuff, which I seldom do at the rec level. So really, you've got kind of jaw, which is the base block that we do, which is kind of a sab domino kind of thing. Inside track. You've got Roger and Larry track sabs, which work out really good too, because you could go play side, backside. Play side's kind of a simple zone thing, which is cool. Of course, you've got GOD with gap on down. Really base call for a lot of single wing teams. Jaw hunt is kind of like this new one that everybody's talking about, gap down backer, and I'll get into that on the next one. And then, of course, I run a ton of wedge, which we like to do versus traps for younger teams because it's just really kind of easier to teach. So those are some calls. But like I said, there's some more in there. Golf, gold, which is kind of a big one that we use. BB split at the hole, gap on outside for passing, and then we do some other things for passing there. But yeah, you got to remember that really the beast is set up for a team blocking. It's really about blocking versus maybe some skill players. And so and really, just like any single wing team, you can use it if you watch my position video on the last thing about what we like and player profiles and things like that. It's mostly down blocking. It's highly effective. A lot of people at the point of attack. So yeah. This is Coach Parker with CoachParker.org and BeastOffense.com. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments about the Beast, players, positions, alignments, blocking, or just plays or whatever, just know I've been running the Beast since 1994. Most of the folks out there, content creators out there right now that are writing playbooks, have kind of used my system as a base to jumpstart theirs. And that's great because I'm happy the Beast is so popular now. But please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Coach Parker with CoachParker.org, BeastOffense.com. Remember to play for fun, and winning is funner. I'll see you guys next time. Ciao. Beware of the Beast.